Okay, good evening, all of you. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir. We can hear you.
All right. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well, right? So, still we have only around 14 students. Anyway, we will start the today's session and let's go to the content. This is the topic actually. If we discuss the today's session plan, we need to discuss this topic as per your course outline. That is information systems, organizations, and strategy. Now, up to now, you have an idea about the information systems, right? Then you know about the organizations. You already discussed those things in the first year when you are learning the management and organization subject. And apart from that, these two concepts, information systems and organization, we need to link with the strategy part of the business, right? Each and every organization, they are implementing strategies. Now, you should have an idea about how these information systems, within the organization, they are using to achieve the strategies or how they are using to implement strategies, right? So that is the thing you need to understand the relationship you should understand because when you are going to learn about the management information systems, as we discussed in the last week, so always we are using these information system for proper decision making mechanism, right? It will enhance the efficiency of the organization. So let's discuss this topic. And apart from that, today we have to discuss another case study as well. I have already uploaded that case study to the LMS. Then today we can discuss the answers for that case study as well, right? Then with that, we need to do the classroom quiz, right? Okay, from which point we can start today's session? Now we have around, yeah, still we have around now 15, right? Yeah. So shall we start the quiz first, or we will discuss the today's lesson? Anyway, the quiz is based from the yeah. I have prepared the quiz based on the last week or last Monday, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, this Monday we discussed the previous session. This quiz is based from that. Based on that, yes. Which one you prefer? We will start from the quiz, or we will discuss the today's session.
We will discuss today's session.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
We will discuss today's session.
Actually, because I can't hear. Is it my problem?
Today's session, sir.
Right. You all like to start from the session. Very good. Okay. Then if you need, you can go to the LMS and you see the presentation. I have uploaded same thing to the LMS, right? Okay, I think you can see my screen now. I have shared that lecture material. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Then let's discuss these information systems, organizations, and strategy. Now, here you have three concepts, right? Here you have three concepts. First of all, understand these three concepts: information systems, organizations, and strategy, right? Now, as we discussed, here you can see the information systems, right? The information systems, already we have discussed the, what is the meaning of information system. And organizations, yes, right? Organizations, you learned this concept in the management and organization subject. So if I ask question, how you can define the organization? Yes, any answer? I heard that most of you got A passes for the management and organization. Yes, what is your answer for this? Yes, how you can define the organization? Yes, any answer? Any idea? Yes.
A group of people
Okay, group of people. Okay. To
with the particular goals. Can
to achieve a particular goal. Okay. Okay. Any other answer? Yes. Others, what do you think? How you can define an organization? The thing is, Pudha, when you are learning this subject now, at the very first day we discussed the management information systems, right? We are managing information using systems, that is information system, right? So we are managing information through system. That's why we call it as management information systems. Therefore, there is a separate word called management, right? Therefore, all the concepts that you have learned in the management and organization subject, those concepts are very much important in this subject as well, right? If you can't remember the fundamentals, just please go through with that lecture materials, videos, and recommended textbooks. You should have proper idea about the management, right? Fundamentals of management. That is very much important in this subject because normally management is linked with each and every subject, right? Therefore, just you should have the basic idea, right? The fundamentals you should have. Then next point, well, let's see that. Now you need to understand the learning outcome should be, you should be able to understand the interrelationship between or interrelationship among these three concepts: information systems, organizations, and strategy, right? You know, the strategy implemented by the organization, to achieve that we are using information systems, right? That's what you need to mainly understand. Then let's go to this one. Organizations and information systems. You can see here organizations and information systems. The main point is information technology and organization influence one another, right? Influence one another. IT and organization, right? Each one influence one another because here you can see the complex relationship influenced by the organization. Complex relationship. Now, when it's come to business, you have seen these things. There is a structure. Last week we discussed about the business processes. Second point, politics. When it comes to organization, there is a politics and culture, environment, and management decisions. This is These are the points, right? These are the complex things that you need to understand in an organization. Now, here you can see the relationship. Organizations and IT, information technology, right? The two-way relationship between organizations and information technology. Two-way relationship from this side to this side, as well as this side to this side. To have this relationship, there are mediating factors. You can see here the environment, culture, structure, business processes, politics, management decision. This is what we discuss now, right? Mediating factors. Now, just assume a business. Now, most of you are working now, I think. Then just assume, I think you have heard about businesses. You may have the experience about the businesses, right? Just imagine how these business processes and businesses are linked with the information technology, right? When you're applying those information technology to the business, these are the mediating factors. Now, when it's come to organization and environment, that is linked with the information technology. Culture, structure, business processes, definitely linked with the information technology, politics and management decisions, right? That's what we are discussing now. Management decisions within the business linked with the information technology, especially with the systems, right? That's what you need to understand. This complex two-way relationship is mediated by many factors, not least which the decisions made or not made by managers, right? Other factors, you can see here, other factors mediating the relationship, including following points, right? That's what we discussed, right? Now you can understand. Now there is a direct relationship between the information technology and organization in two-way relationship, right? That means when the organization complexes are when the organization's features are getting complex, we need the information technology. In other hand, when the information technology getting advanced, there is an influence to the organization, right? So we need to adopt the updated information technology, right? We need to adopt the updated systems, procedures, right? There may be a security risk, right? There may be lots of things. Now here also you can see there is a two-way relationship between organization and information technology. These are the mediative factors, right? Mediative factor. To have this relationship, right? These factors will be affected. These factors will be affected. Why we need actually this? Why we need to understand this relationship? Yes, business processes and business elements getting complex day by day, right? To handle that, to address that issue, we need information technology. We need to take the support from information technology. Nowadays, most of the businesses, they are dealing with the information technology. Right? You may have that experience. They are using systems, they are using internet, they are using any other internet of things, right? They are using other technology, IT related, any other procedures, right? They are using such kind of things. That's why we, as an organization, we need these things, right? That's you need to understand, because now step by step we are focusing to the MIS, management information systems, right? Now when it's called management information systems, also directly linked with the information technology, right? Because at the very first day we discussed, now we are focusing on computerized information systems. Computerized, in that word you can understand, we are discussing we are dealing with information technology, right? Okay. Now, just what is an organization, right? What is an organization? Now, here you can see there are two types of definition. First one, technical definition. Second one, behavioral definition. Okay, just go through with these definition and try to understand the difference. Just take 1 minute. Okay, now here you can see two types of definition. First one, technical definition. What it means? Stable, formal social structure that takes resources from the environment. Right? This is the important point. And processes them to produce outputs. Yes. Now, when it comes to the technical definition, it says about what they do. Right? They are taking resources. What we call inputs. Right? Now, at the very first day, we discussed the process of the business. They are taking inputs and process them and producing output. Right? Input, process, and output. We discussed that process, right? Takes resources from the environment, processes them, and produce outputs. Now, information systems also we discussed, right? Input, process, and output. Data as the input, they will convert them into the information that is process, and output is the information. Now here, an organization, you can see the operation as the take resources from the environment, process them to as the output. We call this as goods and services, right? Now, in the environment, in the sense, you can see from environment. Environment, again, we can see there are two types of categories are there: internal environment and external environment, right? And When it comes to behavioral definition, what it says? Yes, a collection of rights, privileges, obligations, and responsibilities that is delicately balanced over a period of time through conflict and conflict resolution. What it means? Now, in the behavioral definition, it says about how organization behave, right? How organization behave. In the technical definition, it says about what they do. In the behavioral definition, says about how they behave, right? How they behave. How they behave in the sense they means human beings. Yes, human beings, right? Now, we are dealing with human beings in an organization. Now, when I ask him a definition for the organization, you said it's a collection of people or group of people, right? That means that we are, as an organization, they are dealing with employees, they are dealing with people, they are dealing with human beings, right? Then here we need to discuss the definition with the behavior of the employees, with the behavior of the human beings, right? That's why you can see the collection of rights, privileges, obligations, and responsibilities. When we have human being, as per the structure, right, you can understand there are responsibilities, obligations, and rights, right? That's the difference between technical definition and behavioral definition. In technical definition, it says about what they do. In the behavioral definition, it says about how they behave, right? Right, now you can see the simple diagram here, right? Inputs from the environment, output to the environment. Within the diagram, in the middle of the diagram, you can see the production process, right? In the production process, there may be several processes. There may be several processes we discussed. Just example, can you give me examples for processes in the business? Last week we discussed. Yes, processes. What are the types of processes that we can see in the business?
Information.
Sorry?
Information.
Information. That is output, right? No, I'm just asking what are the processes in an organization that we can see? Because that last Monday also we discussed the business consists of the operations or processes.
Marketing.
Okay, marketing and sales. Okay, sales and marketing.
Manufacturing.
Manufacturing.
Manufacturing. Good.
Finance.
Accounting and finance. Okay, that's the
Human
important
resources.
thing that you are. Yes, human resource management. Yes, there are company to company, there may be lots of processes, right? Those things may be differ from company to company. In general, you should be able to explain them, right? Normally, there should be a manufacturing process. If it is a manufacturing company, yes, selling process. And what else? Procurement process, human resource management, accounting, and finance. Yes, exactly. There may be lots of processes, right? That's why you can see the several types of here you can see several types of scales here in the production process. And overall, you can see this one is what? Organization, right? Organization. You can see here. In the microeconomic definition of organization, capital and labor, right? Capital and labor, the primary production factors provided by the environment here. Those are the inputs, right? To take the outputs, we need to feed inputs to the process, are transformed by the firm through production process into product and services. Products and services, right? They are taking the inputs or factors of production. They are taking as the inputs to the process, production process, and those things they are converting to the output of the business, or as we can say goods and services, right? That's the production process. The products and services are consumed by the environment again, right? Outputs released to the environment, which supplies additional capital and labor as inputs in the feedback loop, right? Again, when the society has the capital and labor, yes, again they can give those things to the organization as inputs. Again, there will be a process. Again, there is output, right? It's a cycle actually, right? It's a cycle. Okay. Now you can see the same thing, behavior of the view of the organization, environment resources, and environment outputs, right? In an organization, you can see the hierarchy and process. You can see the structure and process, right? These structure and processes are interrelated, right? When there is a hierarchy, yes, there will be rights and obligations. Division of labor, right? Values, rules, you can see business processes and culture. What is the meaning of division of labor? Anyone? Division of labor.
Designations.
Designations. Okay. Any other answer?
Dividing the tasks.
Yes. Okay. Dividing the okay. Dividing a task. Okay. Can you remember Sinhala meaning? I think you all done the A level in commerce stream in the business studies and yeah, mainly in the economics. Yes, you learned about that word. Can you remember the Sinhala name? Sinhala meaning of the division of labor?
ශ්‍රම විභජනය.
Very good. Yes, Shrama Vibhajana. What it means actually? Shrama Vibhajana. What it means? Yes. Yes, any idea?
Dividing the process to small tasks.
Okay, dividing a process to a small task. Okay, good. Right? Now, what will happen when you do the division of labor? There is another concept.
Specialization.
What will happen to a person? Yeah, what will happen to a person if someone is doing same thing regularly? Yes, exactly. Right? Specialization. He or she will be an expert in that area. Right? Then please remember that those are two concepts, right? Division of labor and specialization. When we have this division of labor, through the division of labor, we can get the specialization, right? We can get the specialization. Okay, now those things linked with these processes, right? You can see in the formal organization, there is a structure as well as there is a process. Then you can see values, norms, people, those are process, and a structure, hierarchy, division of labor, rules and procedures, business processes, and culture. That's the structure of the organization. Okay, now I can see the organization, how they behave, right? Okay. Features of organizations. Just see. Try to understand these points. Read these things. Features of organization. First one, use of hierarchical structure. Use of hierarchical structure. That is one feature of organization, right? There is a hierarchy. There is a structure, right? Starting from the top management, let's say CEO, right? Then senior managers or directors. Thereafter, mid-level managers. Thereafter, operational managers. Likewise, supervisors. Likewise, there is a hierarchy, right? Then with that, we can see the next point: accountability, authority in system of impartial decision making, right? So when they're taking decisions and when they have responsibilities, right, we can see there is a flow, right, as per the hierarchical structure. Next one, adherence to principle of efficiency. Adherence to principle of efficiency. Efficiency, the concept is there in an organization. Routings and business processes. Routings, right? Routings. We will discuss routings and business processes. In an organization, there may be several processes, right? When you're taking all of these processes, you can identify it as a business. In one process, you can see lots of routings, structural activities, right? Structured activities. Daily, some party has to do that. Routings, right? We will discuss those concepts in detail just to understand. Those are the features of an organization. Last one, organizational politics, culture, environment, and structure. Everywhere we can see the politics, right? Politics කියලා මෙතන කතා කරනම අර දේශපාලනය කියන එක නෙවෙයි, right? රටක් පාලනය කරනවා කියන එක නෙවෙයි. The organization of politics, that is inherent to the organization. With the culture, there is a politics within the business. Culture, environments, and structure, right? Those are the features of an organization. Now here you can see the routings and business processes. Try to understand these relationships among these concepts: routings, business processes, and business firm. There are three concepts. Try to understand. Okay, now here you can see the topic routings and business processes. There is a relationship. Did you understand the relationship? Now let's start from the latter part, right? The business firm. That's almost the business, right? Business consists of collection of business processes, right? When you're taking all the business processes together, we call it as a business, right? In a business, there are several processes, right? Again, what do you mean by the business process, right? Business processes means, right? Business processes mean collections of routings, right? Now you know the meaning of this word, collection of routings. What it means? Routings in the sense, standard operating procedures, There may be precise rules, procedures, and practices developed to cope with virtually all expected situations. Right? Clear? Day-to-day routines. Sometimes, let's say, for example, in a sales and marketing operation or process, there are several routines. Right? There are daily activities, daily routines, making invoices or generating invoices, uh, yes, collecting cash, right? Make what we call made the sales on credit, made the sales on cash, right? Generating reports, customer reconciliation, right? Age reporting, right? There may be lots of routines. Now, what you have to understand, just it is like a triangle, right? On top of the triangle, you can see the business, right? Top of the triangle, you can see the business. Then business consists of several processes. Business consists of several processes. Let's say 4 processes are there. Now here you can see the business. There are 4 processes. Processes in the sense, in a one process, there are several routings. For each and every process, there are several routings, right? That's what you need to understand. That's how these concepts interrelated. Is it clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Here in the business process, this means the business functions, right?
Yeah. Business functions in sense, as we discussed, there may be several processes in a business. Let's say sales and marketing, right? Production process, accounting process. Likewise, there may be several processes. Yes, business functions also we can take, but you need to define the functions from that perspective, right? Key areas of the business, accounting and finance process, and production process, sales process, after sales process, inventory management process, right? Those are the processes. Clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then with that, let's move to the next point. Here you can see the diagram. Now there are several processes, right? There are several processes in the business. Each and every process consists of individual routines. For each and every process, they have separate individual routines, right? When you are taking all of these processes together, you can take it as a business. When you take all the processes together, you can consider it as a business, right? That's how this structure consists of. Now, when you're going to implement, when you're going to introduce a system to this kind of business, you should have an idea about these structures, right? Because there are processes, there are routines, right? When you're taking all together, it's a business, right? Then you should have an idea about these concepts, right? Otherwise, it is not practical to introduce a system, right? Because we are learning about the management information systems mainly, right? When you are adopting information system, when you are developing information system, when you are creating information system, when you're introducing an information system to the business, you should have a proper idea about these areas. Okay. And organizational politics, again, that concept here you can see the explanation. Divergent viewpoints lead to a political struggle, competition, and conflict. That means because we are dealing with human beings in an organization, their views, right? The employees' thinking patterns can be vary person to person, right? That's why you can say divergent viewpoints, right? Then that's how the politics can create in a business. And political resistance greatly hampers organizational change, right? Let's discuss that part. Here you can see the organizational culture, set of assumptions that define goal and product. You can see, just go through with these points. Organizational environment, mainly we have internal and external. And in both sides, there is impact. The organization can influence to the environment. Again, environment can influence to the business, right? Here you can see the firm is the yellow color area, right? We are in the environment. We are in the environment, right? In the environment, you can see these concepts: government, competitors, customers, financial institutions, culture, knowledge, technology, all the things are in the environment. Then we need to adopt, we need to grab all of these things into the company through information systems. Right? Then let's go to the next important point is this one. We discussed about the structures, right? There are two types of structures. Here you can see there are lots of layers in the structure management. Let's say this is a hierarchy of the organization. Top of the triangle, you can see top management. Then next level managers, right? Middle level, operational level, non-managerial, and workers. Finally, you can see, right? There are lots of types of layers, right? But that's a traditional hierarchy of the organization. But with the introduction of the information system, you can see here the organizational hierarchy that has been flattened, right? Right? This structure is flatter than the traditional one, because with the implementation of systems, we can remove unnecessary managerial levels, right? You can see the organization that has been flattened by removing layers of the management, right? Removing layers, not the employees, not the management designations. Those things are there, but when they are operating, right, now we don't need this much of layers, right? With the support of information technology, we could reduce the level of or layers of managers or management, right? Now with the implementation of information system, we are working in a flatter, right? The flatter hierarchy. Because if you don't have any systems, one person has to monitor several people, right? That's why you have several layers of management. But with the support of information system, the monitoring part is expanded, right? Then we can remove the additional layers of management. Okay, that's all. Resistant to change, I think you know this concept. When we are doing different things, the traditional people don't like to move, then they don't like to change. That is what we call as resistant to change. Then we need this one, right? Porter's competitive forces model, right? Here you can see here the Michael Porter. I think you have learned these things when you are learn the management subject, right? When you, as a company, when you are surviving in the industry, right? Michael Porter has introduced a model called competitive forces model. Who are the competitors? You can see here. Provide general view of the firm, its competitors, and environment. What are those? 5 competitive forces. 5 competitive forces are there. First one, traditional competitors, right? As a business, when you are running, we have traditional competitors. Next one, new market entrants. Day by day, there are new market entrants to the industry, right? Those people also our competitors. Next one, substitute products and services. Substitutes products in the sense what it means. Substitutes. What it means.
Same kind of different product.
Yes, exactly, right? Substitutes. Substitutes, give me the examples. Let's say soap, right? When it comes to soap, let's say Lifebuoy, you have several types of substitutes, right? When you are eating rice, you have several types of other foods, right? And next one, customers and suppliers. Those things, those parties also we need to identify as competitors, right? They have introduced this model when we are running as a business. We have these kind of 5 forces. You should have that idea about these things, right? Now, if we say one product, you should be able to introduce the examples for the each and every 5 forces. Just if you can't remember these concepts, just go through with the previous lecture materials in the management subject, right? Here you can see how those 5 forces are integrated. We have the firm and competitors. Here you can see substitute products, new market entrants, suppliers, and customers. And the definition also you can see here, right? I'm not going to explain one by one. Just read, right? These things you should have learned earlier. Therefore, I'm not going to explain one by one. Because this idea you should have mainly when you are introducing a system to an organization, you should have the basic idea about the management, right? That's why you need to know the fundamentals, as I mentioned earlier, the basic theories, concepts, and models. You should have an idea, right? Because when you are introducing a system to an organization, those things are important. And apart from that, for generic strategies, low cost leadership, product differentiation, focus on market niche and niche market, and strengthen customer and supplier intimacy, right? Now, our topic was, yes, information technology, organization, and strategy, right? As a business, what kind of strategies that they are using, what they are implementing, right? What they are doing. Now here you can see the strategic part is here. The strategies are there. More, I think you know the examples for the each strategies. Low cost leadership in the sense when you are providing now, you can remember now. Let's say you are a company, you are producing an output. Let's say it's a shoe or cloth or any other thing, right? So you have a product, a specific product, but you are producing. Low cost leadership in the sense now you have the competition over in the industry, right? Then you have competitors. You need to compete with your competitors. How you can compete? Yes, first strategy is low cost leadership. Low cost leadership. Now you can understand in simply what it says. You can produce your goods. You can manufacture and send your products to the market at a lower cost than your competitors, right? That's what it says about low cost leadership. Simply you are selling your goods at a lower cost than your competitors. Next one, product differentiation. Now when you are selling goods, yes, we have competitors. Then what you can do? You can differentiate your product. Everyone selling soap, but you are going to sell different soap. What it means? You can differentiate your product using your color, using the smell, using the packaging, right? You can differentiate the product than the competitors. That's a product differentiation. Then you can survive in the market. You can grow your market share. Then focus on market niche. Niche market in the sense. Niche market in the sense, you're going to identify, you're going to do a research and you're going to identify the area or product or service that has not yet satisfied, right? That means the customer, you are going to analyze the customer needs and wants. Based on that, you are going to identify a separate product that has not yet been addressed, the customer requirement, right? Focus on market niche. Then final strategy is strengthen customer and supply intimacy. When you have a good relationship with your customer and supplier, right? When you have good relationships with your customers and suppliers, it will be a great strength to your organization. That's what it says. That is also a strategy of the business, right? Sometimes you may have that experience. Most of the success companies, they have good customer and supplier relationship, right? So they are maintaining that relationship throughout the business. Then that is also one of their strategies, right? Strengthen customer and supply intimacy. Intimacy in the sense a good relationship, right? Because now we are going to introduce separate system for that. What is that? Customer relationship management, CRM. CRM systems, customer relationship management, right? Those are the things that you need to understand. Those are the strategies that the businesses are using, right? And you can see one by one the examples. Yes, classroom test. There is a question. Just go through with that one. And yeah, value chain. The next important point is value chain. Value chain, right? Okay, then we will discuss the remaining part. Now, actually, what we have to do is we need to discuss there's a separate concept called value chain. Normally, we have primary activities and supportive activities. We'll discuss how those activities are interrelated, right? Then after that, once we learned about that process and value chain, let's see what kind of information systems that we can apply to such areas in the businesses, right? Okay, before moving to the next part, we will go to the quiz, right? Thereafter, we will do the remaining part of the session, right? Okay. Fine. Just go to the LMS and let me know whether the quiz is available.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then now we have around 16 students. With that, we can start the quiz, right? Okay. Don't share the quiz password, right, with others, those who are not in the classroom. Then I will share the quiz password with you. Then don't share it with others, right? Others in the sense, those who are not in the classroom. Don't put password in your WhatsApp group or anything. Just listen the password and you can type your password and start the quiz. That's all, right? Okay, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ready again, honey. Right, hope others also ready for the quiz. As I mentioned earlier, the last time also I noticed that several students have used AI support. They have taken the AI support. they will not get the marks, right? Then please don't do that. At the end, you will realize, you will surprise actually, you will be getting 0 marks, right? If you have moved your browser, if you have copy the questions to a ChatGPT or any other supporting AI tool, or if you have taken any AI support, I can track here because I have added add-on to the LMS, right? Therefore, don't do that. If you move, when you are doing the quiz, if you have moved from your browser, I can notice here, right? Therefore, please don't do that. Okay, then just go to the LMS and quiz password is 1, 2, 3. Very simple, right? Now you can start. Password is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hope everyone has completed. Oh my God. There are 18 attempts. In our classroom, we have only 14. What happened? Classroom, we can see only 14 students, but quiz has done by 18 students. How it can be happen? Did you share the password with others? Two participants. Anyway, I will take the attendance from the teams. Then I have to check, right? Okay. Yes, I just took the attendance from the teams. Then I will check. Okay. Yes, let me know whether you have shared your, I mean that whether you have shared the password with others. Yes, did you share? Anyone? Actually, that is not good. That is not a good practice, right? Because we have only 14 quizzes done by 18. Earlier we had only around 16 students. Anyway, two students have done additionally. When I'm giving the quiz, there were around 16. Okay, that's all. Then all maximum will be around 16, right? But now we can see the attempts 18. Actually, I'm not, yeah, 18, yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm not like to do that kind of practices, right? So please behave as professionals. Personally, I am not accepting such kind of practices. I don't like to, I'm not like to such kind of malpractices. You have to be honest, right? Okay, anyway, I will take an action against that. I will check and do the needful anyway. Okay, then let's move to the remaining part. Who is LRC Pereira? LRC Pereira.
I am
Romali Pereira. Okay. Basi?
Answer.
Mohammed Basi. Okay. Okay. Who is the class representative in this bench? Hope you have one, right? Who is the class representative? You have or you have not? Class representative කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා?
ඔව් සයින්න.
ඉන්නනේ කවුද පුතා නම?
නිසා
නිසාද්. අද ඉන්නවද මෙතන? නිසා. නිසල් සිල්වද? Is that Nisal Silva? Zero 005?
No, no.
No. කවුද එහෙනම් නිසල්? Anyway, I think he's not in the meeting. So can you ask him to contact me? Just after the tomorrow, just after the lecture or tomorrow. Just ask him to send me a WhatsApp message, then I will contact.
Okay.
Just share the message, right? Okay, right. With that, let's move to the remaining part. Now, you can see here, we were discussing about the value chain model. And mainly in this value chain model, most probably you may have learned this one earlier, just to refresh your knowledge, because when you're going to apply a system, when you're going to learn the management information system, you should have that basic idea, how an organization create value through manufacturing goods and services, right? Now, there you need to discuss two types of activities, as I mentioned earlier. First one, primary activities. Second one, support activities, right? Now, here you can see views firm as a series of activities that add value to the product or services, right? That add value to the product and services. Now, when it comes to business, when they are using raw materials, right, in the input process, and they are going to convert those raw materials into the goods and services. That means they are adding value to the raw materials, and final output is good and services, right? In the process step, right, you can remember the three steps are there: inputs, output, or inputs, process, and output, right? In the process step, they are creating value, right? They are creating value. And mainly when they are converting raw materials into the goods, right? Raw materials into the finished good. How they create value? Let's see. Highlights the activities where competitive strategies can be best be applied. The first one, primary activities. Second one, support activities. In each stage, determine how information systems can improve operational efficiency and improve customer and supplier intimacy. Now, yes, now theoretical aspect, first of all, you should have an idea about these concepts, right? And when it comes to the management information system, you should be able to identify how we can enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of these processes by implementing or by introducing information systems, right? That's what you need to understand. Clear? First of all, in theoretical, you should have the idea. Second of one, you should be able to introduce information systems to enhance the efficiency of those operations, right? Right. Then here, this is the point that you need to learn. Just see and try to understand this kind of a model, right? See what are the options, what are the features available in this model. Then I will explain. Read one by one. And when you are reading this one, try to understand the diagram mapping, right? That means the shapes and all that. Here you can see how they have created the value. In this side, we have activities. Again, this side also we have activities. Just try to understand this diagram. Okay. What you have to understand here? Mainly, as we discussed, there are two types of activities in the process of creating value to the goods and services. In this operation, you can see there are two types of activities. First one, primary activities. Second one, support activities. Okay, let's start from the primary activities. What kind of things you can see here? Primary activities. See, primary activities, right? Primary activities, you can see this in this area, right? You can see this in this area. The difference is primary activities are interdependent. Interdependent in the sense, first of all, you need to start from the inbound logistics. Then you can start the operations. Thereafter, sales and marketing and services. And finally, you can complete the outbound logistics. But when it comes to supporting activities, there is no interdependence. All the supporting activities we can conduct in parallel, right? We can conduct parallel to the primary activities. That's why you can see as a row. Here, all the activities are in columns, right? That means what it means. You cannot do sales and marketing before producing the goods. You can't do the operations or you can't do the production before purchasing the raw materials. First of all, you need to complete the raw materials or inbound logistics. Then you can start the production. Once you complete the production, you can start the sales and marketing. After that, sales, services, and finally outbound logistics. Right? That's the first difference you need to understand. In the support activities, you can see the procurement, technology, human resource, administration, and management. All the things you can start parallelly, and those things actually supporting. Now, word also you can remember the support to the primary activities. These activities, these services will support to the primary activities, right? By combining these two, you can create value to the goods and services. That's the margin, right? Now, primary activities, let's start from the primary activities. Yes. Primary activities, first one is inbound logistics. Inbound logistics, what it means? Inbound logistics, any idea? Yes, any idea? Inbound logistics? Yes.
Inventory inside the company.
Yes, exactly. Inventory inside the company. Okay. Any idea? Any other answer? Yes. Others? Okay. Others? Yes. Any other answer? Inbound logistics.
Providing a goods.
Sorry?
Providing a goods.
Providing goods. Okay.
Being supplies into the business.
Being supplies to the business. Okay, very good. Any other answer? Mm-hmm. Yes. Mainly you can see here inbound logistic in the sense. Yes, inbound logistics. First of all, you have to think this is a continuous process as we discussed, right? There are inputs. Now, this is the process you are converting those inputs into the outputs. Now, inbound logistic, it covers about what? Arrival of raw materials. So at the point of when you are purchasing raw materials and how you are handling them, right? The purchasing of raw materials under this inbound logistics. When you purchase, how you handle them. That means a warehousing part, only the raw materials, right? Raw material handling part. That one under the inbound logistics. Now, next one, operations. That is the production or process of the goods and services. Operations, right? Here under sales and marketing, you can decide after the production, how you can sell your products. Services in the sense, yes, that is for your how you can provide services, right? How you can provide services to your customers. That means sometimes you may have that idea after sales services, right? Once you made the sales, some companies providing after sales services, right? Such kind of things you can cover under this one. After that, outbound logistics. Outbound in the sense, that means once you store the goods, right now in the operation, you have finished the manufacturing process. In the outbound logistic means what will happen there, you're going to send these goods to the customers, right? Then that's what we'll cover in this outbound logistic. That means how you send or dispatch the finished goods to the customer, right? How you can handle them. All things will be covered under this outbound logistics. Fine. Then you can see this is the process under primary activities. Simply under the inbound logistics, yes, that is about handling and manage the raw materials or resources coming from the outside. If you need, please note down how we are going to manage or how we are going to handle the resources coming from outside. Simply raw material purchases, right? Then operations in the sense, all the activities, yes, that is related to the production or that activity called as how you transfer inputs into the outputs, production. And marketing and sales, yes, all the activities that you are doing as the advertising, right, and brand building, all the marketing activities you can see under this sales and marketing. Services, you know, the customer services and after sales services, we can cover under services. And outbound logistics, now here you purchase the raw materials, here you converted them into the finished goods. Now you have marketed them. Then now under the outbound logistic, what you are going to do? You are going to deliver those goods to the customer. Right? This is the delivery of goods to the customer. That's what outbound logistic. This one inbound logistic. How you purchase, how you handle the inputs. In the outbound logistics, you are going to cover how we are going to deliver goods to the customer, right? That's all. Then under the procurement, you can see as the supporting activities, first on procurement, right? Then procurement in the sense it's more than that procurement concept is broader one, right? More than the purchasing. The procurement, you can see everything, right? As an organization, you are purchasing anything to the organization. It may be under, let's say, if you need to purchase a fixed asset, right? That is under the procurement. And then here, how you are dealing with your vendors, right? Suppliers, and how you negotiate with them, right? All the things under procurement activities. Procurement activity. Technology, you know, how company use the technology. All the things will cover under the support activities. And human resource, how you are managed with, how you are dealing with the human beings, that is human resources. Administrative and management, you know, right? That is how the company maintain, right? How the company administrated, how the company is legally behaving, right? All things will be under this administration and management. In under the each topic, you can see the example you have given, right? Inbound logistics. Under this inbound logistic, what kind of system that we can introduce? That is automated warehousing system. When we purchase the raw material, we need to record them manually. But if we can introduce automated warehousing system, it will enhance the efficiency of these processes. Right here, for each and every activity, you have given example of information system, right? Just read operations, computer control, machine systems, sales and marketing, computerized ordering systems. When the customer making a order, yes, we can automate them. Service, equipment maintenance system, right? After sales, and if you have any sales or what we call if you have any service records to be maintained, Yes, you can introduce a system that is equipment maintenance system. Outbound logistics, again, that is regarding how you dispatch, how you send finished goods to the customer, how you reach the customer, how you satisfy the customer. Then you can introduce an automated shipment scheduling system. Right? Here also you can see for the admin, electronic scheduling and messaging system, HRM, workforce planning system, technology, computer-aided design, procurement, computerized ordering system. Such kind of systems can be implemented in the value chain concept, right? By implementing these systems, we can enhance the smoothness or efficiency of these activities. Finally, what will happen? It will create more value to the goods and services of firm, right? That's what you need to understand. In this side shows the how you are dealing with inputs. This side shows you how we are dealing with outputs, right? That's why the source in the procurement system and this side customer relationship management system. This is the flow that you need to understand. Suppliers, right? Then again, suppliers, you are receiving goods. That's a firm. Then you need to distribute the person who was distributing the goods, the distributors, and finally, through the distributors, we can reach the customers. How they are customers, how they reach our goods and services through how through the distributors, right? In each and every aspect, you can read this diagram. Raw materials, and you are converting them into the goods from the firm. Then the finished goods you need to distribute all over the world. Then through the distributors, the customers will receive the goods and services, right? Okay, that's all. Then there are several concepts, the value web and all that. Just go through with them. Those are not that much important for your exam purpose, but just go through and have an idea. Then another point here. Now, your recommended textbook is MIS, Management Information Systems, written by Loudon, right? Then for this topic, that is chapter 3. Now, just Google, that is not the updated version is 17th edition, right? 17th edition is there now. The just Google and you can download the PDF. Just read those chapters and it will be easy for your further understanding, right? Okay. Then with that, we can discuss the case study. That's all about the today's topic. Any question? Yes, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, no. Then just go to the LMS and read the case study, right? And you can write down the answers yourself. Please develop the answers yourself. Next week, if you have any concern, you can ask. Then we will discuss the answers, right? If you need. So that is very easy case study, right? That is a very simple case study. You can go through with that. And what you have to do is you need to suggest the relevant systems, right? We discuss TPS as transaction processing system. And also we discuss business intelligence systems as well, right? As MIS, ESS, DSS. Then you can read the case study and suggest that particular relevant systems for each and every scenario you have given. The bullet point areas, you can see the activities that they are involving. And with that, you can decide which kind of system is appropriate to each point, right? Okay, then you can read the case study and come to the next class with the answers. And if you have any doubt, you can ask, and then I will help you, right? Please do that case study because same kind of questions can be tested at the exam, right? Okay, then with that, we can wind up the today's session. And please remember that next week also we have a quiz. And next week I'm hoping to give you the individual assignment guidelines, right? Therefore, please come to the class and just do the in-class quiz as well. Okay, with that, let's wind up the today's session, right? Okay, good night.